to be. Sunny today with a high of 40.
Yeah.
But it's clearing tonight with a low of 30 degrees. Mostly cloudy on Friday with a high of 40.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Yeah.
All right. Bravo.
And cloudy Friday night with a chance of blurry rain. Cloudy and brisk on Saturday with a chance of rain or snow with a high of 35.
Oh, great.
Cloudy
Great.
on
Yeah.
Sunday with a chance of snow. Burr, oh, burr. Hold me, it's going to be cold.
Body heat.
Currently in Springfield, it's 27 degrees. And because of this tap dance move, because of the physicality, because of the rugged action, that's why there's pads on my. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please sit down. Please sit down. You're standing ovation. I just want to remind everyone I'll be starring in my one-man play that I've directed, produced, and starring in. Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dream Dildo. It'll be at the Muni this weekend. God willing, we don't get any bad weather. But I'll have to tell you about that, and hopefully the play will go off without a hitch. So I'll see you out there. That's all, everyone. I am Siggy Tap Dancing Gus Gordon Doll. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
So nice of him to come by. Thank you.
So much life to the show.
Thank you, Singing Tap Dancing Gus Gordon Doll. Mikey has left to go to Bodine's house.
Really? How come?
He is over at Bodine's house because that is where Bodine is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Ray.
All right, tell Jimmy what's going on.
Well, I was outside earlier, and I heard Bodine complaining about just some stuff in general, and he took off, and I said, where are you going? And he told me he quit, and he said he was heading home.
Yeah, I was given a note.
Yeah, he gave me a note to give to you.
Yeah, and I'm going to read the note, and it is from Bodine. And it says, to Mr. Raymond, I'm sorry, but I have to resign, R-E-S-I-N-E, my post. But I will continue to work for Mr. Kushak, who at least, L-E-S-T, at last,
At last.
does not throw eggs at me, put yogurt down my drawers, D-R-A-W-S, what the hell's that?
Draws.
Or hamburger, Twinkies, pop, no enemas, no tapping me to a pole. That's taping spelled wrong. No taping me to a pole, or tap me head to toe. What the hell? That's got to be tape.
Yeah.
Tape me head to toe. Does not let me get, G-I-T, shot by an arrow, and many more to mention. Even One-Eyed Jack said to me he will sign me to a contract if I want a morning show job. That is paid cash, which, W-I-C-T-H, you don't pay me. Signed, Bodine, June 4th, 1997.
Well, that's today.
Yeah. So I sent Mikey over to Bodine's house to try to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, man, I think he's serious this time. All he says, I'm quitting. But man, he's...
Hold on a second. I'm going to call Bodine. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this.
Hello.
Bodine.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
What is your problem?
I'm just mad. I'm tired of it.
You're tired of what?
All the abuse.
Oh, please.
You don't do nothing to help me.
That abuse has made you a star.
Yeah.
What's a star?
Oh.
Bodine's got his own T-shirt.
You got your own T-shirt.
Got a sandwich named after
Got a
him.
sandwich named after you.
Got an island named after
You got
him.
an island. Yeah.
Got his own scent.
That island was expensive, dang near freezing to death in freezing cold water, getting pushed off the boat.
Right.
But it
You know?
will
Isn't it
forever
worth
be
it?
remembered as Bodine Island.
Isn't it worth it?
Freezing to death?
You got an island named after you.
Yeah, it's expensive freezing to death.
You
Dang near
walk down.
drown.
You walk down the street. How many listeners go, "Hey, Bodine, woo"?
Yeah.
There's a few of them that do it.
See?
Quite a few.
Hold on.
I think he's letting you in, Mikey.
It's about time. Yeah, here he comes. I hear him.
All right.
Are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay,
So you're saying that you quit the show because you're sick of getting abused.
pretty much. Because nobody has control of it, and everybody hurts me. And you just laugh about it and just think it's all a joke.
It is pretty funny. I mean,
You just think it's funny. Someday I'm going to be in the hospital, and you're going to laugh.
oh God, I would not laugh if you were in the hospital.
And
Gotta-
I've never heard him. And we've been doing Moby and stuff for almost a
Welcome,
year.
and
I've
thank
never
you for
heard him.
choosing
Yeah. Have you ever been hurt?
freeconferencecall.com.
Yesterday.
You're helping
what
people
happened?
I have
around
a
the
bruise on
world
my back, and I have
communicate
a
for
sore shoulder blade.
From the guys throwing eggs at you.
Yeah, and have a headache still.
I'll bet it hurt when it got an enema, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't feel too nice.
There is one
Jim.
other
one
participant
day
in the
of-
Thanks,
conference.
Jim.
He's saying for 1 year of doing stuff that's never
Please
got him hurt
announce
and getting
yourself.
publicity and fame is going to be thrown away for the one day he actually got hurt a little.
Yeah.
That's the price you paid for fame.
You're throwing it away
There
for
was
one
nobody
day.
there to say, hey, you all right? Heck no. All y'all did was chuckle, laugh, giggle.
Listen, I'll tell you what. Bodine, will you talk to some listeners?
Yeah.
Hello, you're on Bodine.
on the fridge.
Bodine. Bodine.
Hello?
That's us, Leo. Don't quit. You're my hero. If I'd have been there, I'd have kicked some ass. I'd have put the money in the hospital. You're my hero, though, and they are mean to you. They shave your head and make you get pierced and tattooed and stick things up your butt. They're trying to turn you into Bodine Rodman. they're mean.
Thank you, Leo.
Bodine's a role model for
Yes,
people all
Bodine.
over.
Listen, you're a role model for that guy. Good morning. Hello.
Hey,
Yep.
check this out. Let's go ahead and have Shaner
Yeah.
and Michael just, to show how much they want Bodine, how dedicated they are to have him on the show. Just have Bodine pick one of the things that's been done to him in the morning. And, Mike,
Mikey and
And
Shaner,
Shaner.
maybe they go through it.
you'll have to do it with me. All three of them. Just stand up
Yeah.
someplace here in Springfield.
Bodine, what do you think? If I get Mikey and Shaner to do something that you do, would you feel vindicated a little bit?
Yeah. Well, Mikey's waving at me with one finger right now. 'cause I just waved it out for him.
Maybe it's time for Streaker Mikey and Streaker Shaner.
Yeah.
All right, do you think about what the listeners said?
Yes, sir.
You thought about why you resigned.
Yes, sir.
You thought about what me and Jimmy and I said.
Yes, sir.
And the listeners, what they said.
You heard what Mikey said. What did Mikey say to you? Did he say anything?
Just a little bit here, a little bit there.
What's it take to bring him back?
What's it take to bring you back?
Well, I guess I should stop being a little baby about it and go back to work
There you go.
since everybody likes it. But that's not too funny, Mikey. Under one condition, though,
What?
that Mikey and Shaner has to streak early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you and Mikey go somewhere and figure out a way to streak?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
On the street in the Jody!
You guys started yet or something?
That ain't even funny.
Okay, so you guys are out. You've already started streaking.
Yeah?
All right, thanks for telling us.
Shaner don't have to do something sometimes.
Where's Bodine?
Bodine is looking at us, laughing at us in the van.
Bodine, where are you?
I'm at the corner. So the light's green, now we're moving.
What are they wearing?
They're wearing their underwear.
Oh, so they've already started streaking.
Yeah, they said outside the van. They want to hurry up and get it done with, they said. What? Hey! Hey! You thought I was bad at jogging with my slab around it. You look at Mikey. That's funny. That's hilarious. This is totally funny.
Uh-huh. Are they chasing the van now?
Yeah, they're chasing the van. They're out of breath. I lost them.
Where?
We
So
are here.
you've lost them. Take off down Wabash.
Take down Wabash.
Yes, go down Wabash.
Okay.
Go to Chatham Road.
What?
Chatham Road.
Down to Chatham.
They'll never make it.
There's no way they'll
Stick
make
it,
it
Chick.
Chatham
Okay,
Road.
I'm cruising down the street right now. I'm past Strawbridge Road.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got a ride! Now they're back of a pickup truck? Yeah!
You're in the back of a pickup truck.
Ain't that illegal, Mr. Raymond?
Streaking. No, I don't care.
They can go to car wash.
Hey, guy in the...
I'll tell
Hey,
you what.
Shaner, let me talk to the guy in the car.
Hang on.
Good idea, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hello.
And they're close.
We talked to the guy in the truck.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Are you driving the truck there in the back of your truck?
Yeah.
I'll give you $10 if you drive to the car wash.
Driving.
Hey, listen, let them think you're going to take them through the car wash.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Drive over to the car wash like
Yeah.
they're going to go through.
Okay.
Scare the hell out of them.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, I mean it. I mean it.
This one right on down Wabash.
Yeah, you just keep going. Just
Yeah.
keep going
Yeah.
past Bodine and keep going like you're going to the car wash.
Okay.
All right, give Shaner back the phone. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
All right. This should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, it started out as Streaker, Mikey, and Shaner. They are in the back. Then they jumped to the back of a truck. Bodine has left them. Bodine is at the corner of Chatham Road and Wabash. They are traveling down Wabash in the back of a truck.
Shower time.
All right. We better not be going into a damn car wash. God, you piece of crap, all of you. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna you and Shaner quitting tomorrow, Mr. Raymond. You don't miss John and Russ go out and
Mr. Raymond, I got it set for you right now. So as soon as I pulled in, they're waiting for me.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
All right.
What is going on? I don't like this.
Are they there?
Okay, well, we got it all set.
Are they there?
We got it all set, Mr. Raymond.
Bodine, what's happening? Have them go through.
They're going, getting ready to go through right now.
They're going to go through the car. I cannot believe
Hey,
it.
Raymond.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, this is Dennis. I manage a place over here at Waterford.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I gave him a wash and a wax.
Oh, very
1,000
nice.
pounds of pressure they're going to go through.
Oh, yeah.
Their final rinse, the nose spot, they're going through right now.
Are they going through? Oh, my God.
Ah.
I cannot believe they're getting. Why didn't they jump out of the truck?
There's a lot full of people here, too.
Oh, my God. All right, let me talk to Bodie.
Mr. Raymond, they're getting washed.
Why didn't they just jump out of the truck?
They're sitting there. I don't know what they're doing. Hold on. Sorry. This is like the funniest thing.
Good
in the
God.
world.
They sound like they're dying. Very cool. That is insane.
Oh, yeah. Listen to Bodine.
Mikey said he's going to wait till it's done. Whoever was trying it done jumped off.
Unbelievable.
One, two, three.
Yeah, she was a fast machine. She kept the motor clean. She was the best damn woman that I ever seen. She had a size, telling me no lies. Knocking me out with those American thighs. Taking all the share. She had me fighting for it. You know, she told me to come, but I was already there. Cause the walls were shaking, the earth was quaking, my mind was aching, and we were making it. You shook me all night long. Yeah, you shook me all night long. I'm walking double time on the seduction line. She was one of the kind, she just a mine, oh mine. Take another course and take another course and made a meal out of me. And come back for more, have to cool it down to take another round. And now I'm back in the ring to take another swing. Cause the walls were a-shaking and the earth was a-quaking and my mind was aching. And we were making, everybody, you shook me all night long. Woo! Yeah, yeah, you shook me all night long. Oh, yeah, you shook me all night long. Yeah, 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 you shook me all night long. Yeah, you shook me. Yeah, you shook me. beat all night long.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all is so clean out your ears for a morning disaster. They got guests and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got guests and breasts and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
All right, let's do it. It's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. How you doing, everybody? We are here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Ray, along with the rest of the show. Except for, I don't see Nikki. I don't see Nikki, but I see Nick. Hi, Nick. I see Doran.
Good morning.
I see Jason. And I see Rocky. Rocky looked like Rocky just got up. Am I the only one that thinks this? It looks like he went to go get a pizza delivery or something. I don't know what was
We can see him, but we can't hear him yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to log on to this.
Well, why do you think I messaged you and said I'm not Zooming until my face is on?
Yeah.
I don't want to be mistaken for Rocky.
So do you, let me get this right. Do you, when you put your face on, are you putting the makeup on right there where you sit to do the show, or are you in a different room?
Normally I do it in my bathroom, in my vanity mirror. But no, this morning I woke up late and I had way too much to do. And so I'm sitting here at the dining room table putting it on.
do you have a mirror? Do you have a mirror or anything to watch, or?
Yeah, I have a little mirror that's on a little pedestal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Good for you. So you
got to do what I got to do, Ray.
Well, listen, beauty is not something we just take for granted.
It's work.
Sometimes it takes a little work. I puff up myself, get my hair situated and stuff before we go live. Also, Rocky, welcome. It's good to see you. Were you getting a pizza earlier? What were you doing? Can you hear me? Why can I not hear Rocky? Oh, here we go.
I can't hear him either.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah, this is gonna be another 10 minutes of trying to show Rocky how to do it, which is I went through yesterday, which it looked like he was getting up and getting a pizza. And Nick, you're on the road again, I imagine. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I am.
I'm gonna send Jason the stuff that we put on the screen for all the advertisers, so he can put that on when you're not, when you're not on cam. I mean, not that we don't enjoy seeing Nick's face, but he has a scroll of all the advertisers and stuff that goes on that because
right. It's very important.
Yeah.
Well, I really hope to be back into normalcy hopefully next week.
Well, let's hope so. But you just hit a button and all that stuff runs, right? I have no
What's that?
idea. You hit a button and all that stuff runs.
Yeah.
See, I
just got to open the program and then connect to the Zoom.
I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. Anyway.
See, and you were so frustrated with us in the beginning. Yeah. You had no idea.
Well, I've never
what we were going through.
I've never had to learn it because Nick always did it. You know, I'm not going to waste my time learning something I won't use. I mean, you know, that's just how I am. I'm too busy. I mean, I have.
Oh, I see.
These TV shows I'm binging are not going to watch themselves. There are other things that must be done.
You're right.
That's how it works. I mean,
oh, right.
How is Stargirl going to exist if I don't help watch it and boost the numbers? There's a lot of important shows out there that I'm involved in.
Is that any good?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love Stargirl. Yeah.
What's it about?
You know me. I love any comic book stuff.
Oh, well, then I'm down with it too.
Yeah,
I just didn't know.
It's about this girl in a high school who finds this magic staff thing.
Okay.
That gives her the powers that it looks like her father had these powers, and she becomes a Stargirl, a superhero.
Very cool. Yeah, I totally like that.
I actually enjoy it. It's been pretty good. But this is what my time is spent during this COVID pandemic. My time is spent watching things like Stargirl. I've watched you name it, I've watched it. Any show that's either been on Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, anything, I've watched all of them. And I've become a fan. I just watched a show on Netflix that I thought was pretty good. It was about some warrior nun. In fact, the name of the show was Warrior Nun.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, that's the name of the show.
How original.
Dude, it's pretty good. Nick, would you want to watch a show where there's a nun that is a warrior that's just kicking ass?
Hell yeah.
This is your show. It's called Warrior Nun.
If it's not on Sunday, they're doing it.
Well, you can watch it any day. It's on Netflix. So, Rocky, let me ask you: were you getting a pizza earlier?
No, I was actually getting a couple of books to make the laptop higher so that I would look better. I see that was a great plan.
Yeah. Well, because he was sitting there and he got up and it's like it looked like he was going to the door or something, and he came back and it looked like he was holding a pizza box. But you're saying they were books that you were going to put your computer on, so that you could lift up to get the right angle
away from the double chin.
Right. Yeah, my camera's up high, but I still have a double chin.
You see, that's why I have this to cover that.
Yeah. I see Jason. Yeah, I see Jason. Jason doesn't care. Obviously, he's given up. And Dorn usually looks good on cam. Hey, I talked to Nikki yesterday.
How did the procedure go?
She said they went in there to look for it. They went into scope and they found. I think she said they didn't find anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if that means I don't know if that meant that they cut it. They cut the thing off and they didn't find anything in the biopsy, or I'm not sure what she
if
meant
it was
by
just
that.
gone, that would be weird.
Yeah, and because she had a growth in her, she said there was a growth in her throat.
Our throat.
Yeah.
Because, for somebody that doesn't know what's going on, we've got scopes going in, we got growths we got to cut off.
Wait a minute. Are you claiming she was faking?
No, I didn't know
Oh, okay.
what orifice you were talking about.
Oh, she said no. It was her mouth. They were gonna go into her throat.
I don't have the backstory.
Yeah, they were gonna go into her throat and
Context does matter.
and cut a growth out that there. She had a growth in her throat that was giving her problem with eating, and so they were gonna go in and biopsy it. And she says, here's the message she sent. Because I said, hey, how are you feeling? And she goes, I'm okay. No biopsy. Whatever. It was gone.
That's so strange.
He ate that too.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Are they sure it was a growth? Maybe it was a milk dud or something. I mean.
Oh, for God's sake,
what the
Ray.
hell was it? I don't know.
A stuffed piece of lunch meat?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell it was, but she said it was gone. So she sent me a message yesterday. And the whole reason I was messaging her is I was going to tell her the news that she has been begging me. Nikki's been begging me since we started again. All right. She's been begging me to set the hours to go Monday through Thursday, which is how I originally said it. I said the show was going to go Monday through Thursday, right?
Right.
And I was finally calling her, and then when we started, I said, listen, because of the pandemic, we're going to go Monday through Friday. And you remember Nikki's reaction to that?
Yeah.
He was
No.
she was very upset at going Monday through Friday. She was very upset because she said she needed her Fridays.
I mean, is she doing something on Fridays that we don't know
Sleeping.
about?
She wants to sleep in, she said. So I was basically messaging her to tell her, listen, now that it's July, we're going to go. Would anybody like to guess what I was going to tell her? I was going to tell her we were going to go Monday through Thursday. We were going to start
Monday through Saturday.
No, we're going to go Monday through Thursday. That's what I was going to tell her. And she cut off the conversation really quick. I guess she was tired from having nothing removed. And so I didn't get a chance to tell her. So if anybody runs into Nikki today, I don't know if she'll talk to anybody, but if she does, tell her that I was going to let her know we're going to go to the Monday through Thursday schedule, which I think she would like. This might mean we might, if we do a Friday show, it'll probably be a Patreon thing. All right, Nick. It'll probably be a Patreon thing. I'm saying. So
okay.
Oh, the Friday frat boy show! Yay!
No, I'm just saying that it wouldn't be a normal thing if we end up doing it. But as of we're going to go Monday through Thursday. It is July, so I was going to let her know, and she didn't give me a chance to tell her because I finally had good news for her. Anyway, we are all here. The show is I've shared it on the Ray Lytle page. I've shared it on the Ray Lytle Morning Show page, which was the page for my WMAY show. And the page was just sitting out there, and I said, what the hell? I'll share the show. So I'll share the show to that page as well. So if anybody wants to share it, by all means, go right ahead. I see Jamie is in the chat room. And
Good morning, Jamie.
You know he's waiting for you to get on cam so he can come.
I know, so he can rip my ass apart. That's why I'm sitting here putting my freaking face on.
Are you saying if it weren't for Jamie being on, you would be delaying? Or you would already be on cam? You wouldn't be delaying?
Well, I'm delaying because I know he's gonna. If I went on without my face, I would never live it down.
He would say you look like regrets
and bad decisions.
I noticed he was on, and then I noticed you were waiting to go on cam. So
I am. And you know what? I just sent you in Messenger a picture of this is what my morning's looking like. My dining room table with my computer, my peanut butter toast, my apple, my makeup kit, my coffee pot, my coffee cup, my vitamin cups, and my shopping list. So there you go.
Your table is a mess.
You have everything?
It's amazing.
I think.
How many pills are you taking? Good Lord.
Those are all my supplements.
Oh my God.
And those are not shots in the shot glasses. Those are my cups. I can't take them all at once, or obviously I would choke. So I have to separate them in little cups. So those are all my supplements
It
that I
is
take.
crazy.
Not my mental medication.
And then
don't
I
take
see,
that anymore.
I see you have like half a piece of peanut
Peanut
butter
butter.
toast or whatever you got going on there. Good for
Yeah, I
you.
put the makeup kit away now. I think I got everything where it's supposed to be. I got everything drawn in place.
Well, I want to see who else is going to share it today. Who else will share? You know, the other day Springfield Leaks out of nowhere, they shared the show, and it was really nice of them to do.
Yeah.
And they shared the show the one day where it was just me on cam. I'm not sure why anyone would, I mean, I like myself, but good Lord, that's like the worst possible day to be sharing to the masses. And now we've got, you got Rocky on cam. Rocky's a good looking guy. You got Jason on cam. And then Doran, you're going to be on cam.
Yeah. I'm drawing my lips on.
By the way, I love watching Jason's face because I think he thought I was going to say that he was a good looking guy as well. And there's
I was not expecting it. So
there's a little fluctuation. There was a little fluctuation of, I can't even describe what I saw. I said, there's Rocky. He's a good looking guy. And there's Jason. And then he had this
that was it.
He had this sort of look like, oh, wait a minute. Is he going to say it? And then I went on.
Nope.
And literally that look also turned to a bit of disappointment. So let me say there's Jason. Jason is an acceptable looking guy as well today. Looks really good. He's got on, I'm not sure what his shirt is.
You hear that? You're acceptable. Yeah, I'm acceptable now. That's I'm progressing up. Good looking people.
Yeah, my compliments are improving towards you.
There we go.
Oh my God. All right, I just our phone number is 815-414-2125. How did we spend our day yesterday? Rocky, did you do anything?
Yesterday, wow, no.
So doing this in the morning was pretty much all you could handle for the day.
Yeah, the beginning, middle, and end of the day was this highlight.
I did the show, and then I went and worked out, and came home, and then I think I took like a 2-hour nap.
Ugh.
How was your workout place? Did you have to wear like a mask?
Yeah,
and
you gotta
gloves,
you got to work out with a mask.
That's the only difference.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, mask and constant sanitizer.
Because mine just opened back up, so they're charging me again. So I guess I have to go. But I wasn't sure what like the rules were.
No, with me, it's you got to wear a mask, you got to socially distance, and you have to use sanitizer every time you touch something. They have these guys and there's some sanitizing going on.
So in the locker room, do you have to stay 6 feet apart too, or?
Oh, I just don't.
Because that's going to be a big change.
I don't even go in. I don't even go in the locker room.
Oh, okay.
I
yeah,
show
but the lockers so close together.
Well, yeah, and now I'm not working, so I put on my shorts and stuff here, and then I drive to the workout place. I go in, work out, get all sweaty, and then come out and go home and shower. So
I used to do that, and then there's the whole car issue of have other people in your car at one point.
Right. And I just let
the days of that smell adding up.
I wouldn't even think of it. And it's so hot right now. The best part is you really don't have to warm up. I go to Fit Club. I'm warmed up before I get there just from being out in the heat and have a good workout and I don't have to go back to work or anything. So
it's really the best part.
Yeah, I just go home and take a shower and then I'm clean.
All of this.
I spent the day working, of course, and it already felt like a workout because the LLV that I drive does not have air conditioning.
Jason, do they make you guys? Do they make you guys wear a mask?
It's not required at this point. The office I work in is really small, so we're pretty far away from each other at all times.
So you don't have to wear a mask because I got yesterday. After I worked out, I got online. I saw a bunch of people bitching about wearing masks. I had no idea that it was so hard for people to wear a freaking mask when you go to the grocery store. For God's sakes.
No, it's fine when you're in air conditioning, but my God, try to wear that thing outside.
Yeah, but I mean, are you still working with a mask, Lauren?
Yeah,
I mean,
I am.
you're cutting hair, you're sweating and stuff, and you're able
I
to wear
am
a mask.
blow drying, mastering hair, and in a mask. Yeah, we've got the air conditioner set like at 70, 69, 70 in the salon, just because we have west-facing windows and we need new blinds. And hang on, let me get my echo off.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's warm. It is definitely warm. So my clients kind of get a little chilly with wet hair, but I'm like, listen, I gotta wear this thing, and you want your hair blown dry.
I was saying yesterday when I got home working out, I was like, listen, I worked out with a mask on. You can wear a mask going into the Dollar General and buying whatever it is you're buying. It's not going to kill you. Wear a freaking mask. What is wrong with people?
Well, and then after I got off work, I hurried up, came home, packed up a cooler, packed up my kid and my mom, and I went and sat at a ball game facing west for 2 hours in the heat.
How'd your kid do? It was a good game?
He did all right. He did all right.
At least you're able to play. This weather's been so weird lately. At least you got the game in.
It was a little rough on him catching. I thought he was going to puke at one point, but he pulled through. He did good.
Yeah, it's hot. I feel bad.
Yeah,
for
it's
them.
hot.
Any
We have
kids,
a double header tonight. That ought to be interesting.
any kids that are catching in this weather, God bless them, because it is hot. They have a backup catcher. He's not going to catch both games, is he?
No, he's a little nervous about it. They won't make him catch both games. He wants to catch the second one, of course, because it'll be cooler. But
he can go play.
no, we've got about 3 kids on our team that can catch, so we'll be all right.
That's awesome. So the plan today. Well, I went and texted yesterday. I'm like, listen, I weigh as much as I weigh. I wear a mask when working out, and all these people saying that they can't wear a mask because I can't wear a mask because I can't breathe with the mask. I don't know how that's true because I will.
No, you're just uncomfortable and you're not used to it.
I will work out. I weigh 400 pounds and I'm working out, and I'm fine with a mask on. So it's bullshit when people say they can't they can't go to the store with a mask. Put the freaking mask on.
I think it's just people maybe just wanting something to protest. Like they see the other protesters with protesting people being killed and stuff like that. So they're like, I want to protest something too. So I'm not going to wear this mask.
Maybe if the timing would have synced up, but they've been complaining about this mask stuff since April.
Right, because when did it go into effect?
As soon as Pritzker said wear a mask, that's when they started the bitching.
So I think it was April 1st is when all of that happened.
It was somewhere around, it was somewhere when they put the he first started putting the different phases in effect March 15th or whatever, because they were canceling. Remember, they canceled the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
that was like the first thing
that
happened.
And that was in March. So he was asking people to wear the masks in April. And so they've been bitching about it since then. There are just some people that refuse to wear. And by the way, I'm claustrophobic too. I'm very claustrophobic, but I wear the mask. I can get through it. And
I think some people just want to bitch.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And this is the popular thing.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's literally been thrown in your face. You can bitch about it.
No, you're right. Some people just want to bitch. And it sucks and it's uncomfortable, but you'll get used to it and you'll be fine. Wear the freaking mask. Why do you want to make people uncomfortable?
That cut the nose out of the mask?
Yes.
So they can breathe?
I did see.
I've not seen that.
I did see one guy. I saw one guy that had a mask. He had a mask made out of like pants or something, and so it had a zipper. And the guy had the mask, and he would unzip it, and he'd put his drink with a straw in there, and take a sip, and then zip it back up. It was pretty fun. And I was thinking, I'm like, I'm okay with that. I
bet he wouldn't do it if somebody walked up to him and said, "Sir, it looks like you're sucking off that drink. I just wanted to."
That's some denim dominatrix shit going on.
That's great. I have no idea what was happening. All I know is it looked pretty cool. The guy in the drink, and as Rocky put it, the sucking off of the drink.
Well, if it comes out of a zipper, I mean, that's, you know.
It was actually pretty impressive. And I thought, good for him. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Was it up and down or sideways?
It was up and down.
It was up and down?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just asking. That's just asking for it. Yeah.
And he was just, he would unzip, he would like, and then he'd take his drink, and it was actually a straw. And then he'd zip back up. And the whole thing was, he goes, this is how I play. This is how I plan on watching baseball when it comes back.
Oh yeah.
I guess he missed the part where they said they're not going to have fans for a while, but
repeats.
He was ready. He was ready for spectator sports and to zip
baseball
up.
Fans are like baseball sports fans seeking out like old games that they don't remember and don't know how they end, so they can have some kind of
yes
excitement watching the game.
That's what I've been doing.
Some game from like 1978 that you have no idea.
I'll go to Baseball Channel and I'll watch an old game, but here's the problem with the Baseball Channel. You're watching a game and you'll be like, oh, great, I don't remember how this one ends. So this will be totally – and then Baseball Channel puts in the lower corners, like every inning or so, they pop this thing up that says game where so-and-so gets game-winning hit. And it's like, why would you ruin the ending like that?
So they spoil the game.
Yeah, why would you put a spoiler up when I'm watching the game? I mean, maybe if you want to know how this game ends, go to MLBnetwork.com would be the better idea there, right?
History will be history in the making coming up in the 8th inning or something. You
Yeah,
can't say what it is.
Why would make it vague? Why do they have to put straight out there game where Sammy Sosa game-winning home run in the 9th? No,
Well,
I don't want to see that. I want to watch the game and pretend that I'm watching it live.
Now, I could see if they were putting like game where so-and-so hit like there's certain number career home run or something, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Well,
that wouldn't spoil anything.
They did do that because Ledger and I were watching when Derek Jeter hit his first home run. And they did like scroll that this is the game. And my son was so excited. And he's like, oh, this was so long ago. I remember watching it the first time. It was not that terribly long
I don't
ago.
understand putting the ending of the game up.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand that. Don't put up Mark McGwire walk-off home run to give Cardinals victory. Don't put that in the left-hand corner of the screen. I don't want to know how it ends because I'll instantly not watch when that's the case.
Are they still doing the thing where they are like in the 3rd inning? They'll go to the commercial. They'll come back. It'll be like the 6th inning.
Due to whatever, we have decided to fast
make
forward.
the game 3 hours like it was. I mean, why are you trying to make an hour-long baseball game?
Yeah, just cut the fucking commercials out, and it'll be fine. It'll be
right.
It'll be long enough. That's when they say we've cut for time. Really, you're the one making the time. You're the one that's deciding how long it's going to run on your station. You don't have to cut for time.
We got to get
You're
to
the baseball
fishing with
channel. You have all
Brad
the time in the
Paisley.
world.
We can't.
It is unbelievable how they have found a way to ruin historic games. But now everybody's showing them. NFL Network is showing old games. ESPN U is showing old basketball games, old football games, old college baseball games. I'm like, oh my God, the college baseball games, nobody would watch those live. What the hell, now you're showing those on repeat? But I found women's soccer is live.
Where?
And
Here?
on CBS Sports Network.
Okay.
It's actually on CBS All Access. It's not even on the CBS like actual channels.
Yeah, I've watched on CBS Sports Network, and they're constantly promoting the All Access. You're right, Nick. They're letting people know that if you go to All Access,
And my wife got super pissed. Like, I don't want to pay for another goddamn subscription to watch soccer, which should just be live in general.
Just to watch women's soccer. But the women's soccer has been pretty good. But it's like the only live sport that's out there, so I watched it.
I know. So why would you put it on a streaming channel?
I don't understand. I would put that on. I'd put that on the main channel. And if I was National Women's Soccer League, I'd be pissed that they're not putting me on the main network. But the other thing is Korean baseball. I was all excited because I heard Korean baseball be coming up. I'm like, at least there's some. Except Korean baseball airs at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Doing that.
I tried once. I watched half an inning and fell asleep.
You could have like a recap at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but it's like so I've had to watch NASCAR because I want to gamble on something. Give me something to gamble on.
Being in radio in 2020 is not enough of a gamble.
No.
Well, did you hear that they are going to put cardboard cutouts in the stands so it looks like there's fans in there?
That's what they're doing at Korean baseball. They have cardboard cutouts.
Can we submit pictures so we can get ourselves?
Yeah, you can. You can actually. You submit. There are some teams that are doing it. You basically pay so much money to a charity, and you get them a picture, and they turn it into a cardboard cutout, and that's who sits in the stands.
So I can get a picture of me with John 3:16 on my chest and a rainbow.
I believe you could if that's what you wanted. Yes.
Oh,
well,
sweet.
The San Francisco Giants are saying that the cutouts are $49 each.
Yeah.
Access members are $89, but for the full ball zone cutout, that's exactly what it says is ball zone.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, foul ball zone. Sorry.
It's
$129.
They'll put the cutouts in. Somebody's actually, if you buy it and the foul ball hits where you are, they're giving people a foul ball or something.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah. which is awesome.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
You are
how generous of them. I figured they would have just given you a free hot dog at your next game you can actually go to.
Yeah, they don't want to, they don't want to go crazy.
That would actually cost more than the ball. So.
Yeah, a beer and a hot dog would cost more than a ball for sure.
I think it'll be cool to watch Major League Baseball with actual cardboard fans watching the game, and they're gonna pipe in. They're gonna pipe in some crowd noise.
Yeah, I think that's cool because I know back when I dated a ball player, he said a lot of it was, you get the energy from the crowd, and I don't know how that's going to play out with him not having any, fan reaction out there.
I was talking to a guy. I was talking to a guy 2 days ago. This guy, Michael, over at Fit Club. I was talking to him, and he said, yeah, they're going to pipe in crowd noise. He goes, at least the players will have something. And I say, listen, how many years did you play baseball? And he goes, oh, I don't know, like 8 years. And I go, when did you ever have a crowd? So I told him, I said, when I played baseball, I never played for a crowd. The most amount of people we ever had was maybe 50. And that's on the high end. I'm like, when we played baseball, there was never anybody in the stands. Trust me, these guys are used to playing in front of nobody. When you play baseball, the first part of your baseball life is playing in front of no one except maybe your parents.
This is true.
So you're used to having no sound when you're playing. Those guys will be fine. Oh,
I don't know about the no sound thing. You haven't heard some of the mothers on my son's baseball team.
Yeah. Hear a lot of swearing.
Well, that's so much swearing. I think we can actually be told to leave for that, but it's just, we're loud. They can hear us. It's
I can't wait till you get
just a step.
Till you get booted for dropping an MF during a kid's baseball game.
I threw a chair last Saturday.
Where
can we find that video on YouTube?
You need to record your adventures at baseball games.
You know that's a Karen in a baseball game video somewhere on YouTube.
Right.
Why did
You're
you
the
throw?
Bobby Knight of Little League.
Why did you throw the chair?
There was just a bad play, and it was my son's fault. And I turned around and I picked up my little folding chairs you drop in the bag, and I just grabbed it, folded it up, and just chucked it.
Oh.
So, and then I took a walk. Mount Zion's a nice little town. I probably put in about 2 miles. So.
But you're saying you were mad because your son made the bad play.
Yeah, and it was just a whole, last Saturday.
That's
it was
different. Usually people are upset at the coach or the other team or something, or umpire.
Yeah, or an umpire. Yeah, it's usually the umpire.
No, we've had good umpires. I will say that.
When I coached softball, I would always keep, no matter how angry I was, I would always keep it under control. But there were times where an umpire made such a bad call. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many times I contemplated, running out of the field and kicking up some dirt at the umpire, and didn't. I cannot tell you how many times I considered this one, and my laziness is what kept me from doing it. I was like, well, that would require me having to get up and run. Yeah, and that's what tempered me. And everybody would say, "Oh my God, Ray, you're such a good coach. You never I can't believe you didn't go out and yell at the umpire during that call." And I didn't want to tell them it was because of my laziness. It's not that I'm really a good coach. It was just that I'm incredibly lazy. So my laziness probably saved me in that one.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know we have a mutual friend that, oh my gosh, he's coaches out in is it Atlantic League or something like he used to. He got tossed more, and the videos that were posted and stuff with him were absolutely hilarious. And chest bumping the umps and things like that.
Yeah, it wasn't
it's not worth it.
Maybe when my daughter played, there was some questionable calls that would drive me crazy. But ever since my daughter stopped, it's not so much. You know what I mean? When it's just you're trying to help coach the team. And I'm lazy, and I didn't want to go out and charge them out. And the other thing is I don't want to be thrown out. I said I'll be thrown out, and I got to do that walk of shame back to my car and leave. Because when they throw you out of those games, you have to leave the park.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you don't just leave the field. You leave the park.
Oh, dear. I didn't know that.
And I don't want to do that walk of shame back where everybody knows how embarrassing that is. Good Lord.
I think the worst part would be driving back into the park to get your kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How do you and how would you explain to your child that? Well, I mean, it would think of your son. How embarrassing it would be if you run out to the field and start yelling at an umpire because you didn't like a call he struck out or whatever.
Yeah, but these people are kind of used to it, though. I'm sure that they've been thrown out of stores and thrown out of. It's a way of life.
You know that's a person that's being thrown out of somewhere for not wearing a mask or for doing some kind of, this person has been.
They're just marking off their thrown out bingo card.
Yeah, this person has definitely been thrown out of something before. Good morning. You're on the Morning Disaster. Hello.
Hello. Listener Jeff, how are you guys this morning?
Who? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear all that. What was it?
Listener Jeff.
Phone, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to talk. I had, is Ray still living in Chatham, or did he move back to Springfield?
No, I live in Springfield now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Excellent. All right. I was refereeing a football game down at Chatham, and I didn't know if Doran was in Chatham, but high school football has a rule where when the ball is kicked, like on a punt, if I don't catch it and the ball subsequently carries into the end zone, unlike the NFL, it is not a live ball. It is an automatic touchback. And so as I come out with that touchback signal on the goal line there in the south end zone at Chatham, I made about 4,000 friends instantaneously. And then they proceeded, to give me Chatham wins the game. And it was one of those things where a kid from Chatham scores in overtime, decides to spike the ball. And in the NFL, no problem. High school, 15-yard penalty, on the try. And so Chatham basically set themselves up to have to go for two because they didn't have the kicker with one-time play from the 18-yard line. Ended up scoring, winning the game. And I still got called everything but a Caucasian person on my exit from the field there. So, and you guys also, have you met Coach Edgar down there, Ray?
Yeah, I know Bondle. You know Bondle?
Okay. Yeah, Vondel is an excellent man. He and I saw him get kicked out of a men's national tournament game in Midland, Michigan, at about this time of the morning. And after about a 7-minute discussion, now he's playing, he's not coaching at this point, he talks himself back into the game. And I had never seen that before. I'd never seen somebody get thrown out of the game.
Thrown out of a game. He talked himself back into it.
Talked himself back in. It's the only time I have ever seen anybody pull that off. I mean, he is a master of crap. But usually he'll tell you if he's going to get thrown out, you're in the opposing dugout. There'll be a call that happened. He'll just walk over and say, "Oh, you guys, I don't know if I'll be back. I don't get to shake hands." Good. And then usually that's going to be the trigger to get it done. But so anyway, Ray, that's a good thing.
I did tell.
You're able to keep it under control.
We were playing a tournament in Pawnee, and I did tell an umpire to throw me out of the game.
Yeah.
It was really hot. It was really, really hot, and it just wasn't a good game. And I could tell that my players, I could tell they needed something to spark them.
Exactly.
And so
and that gets you a trip to the air conditioning.
Well, I walked out of the field. I walked out of the field, and I went to the umpire, and I said, if I get thrown out of this game, can I come back for the next game?
Right.
And I asked him, and he said, yeah. And so I said, okay, throw me out. And he's like, what? I was moving my arms, and I said, throw me out. He goes, why? I said, I'm hot. I want to go sit in my car air conditioning. He gives me this look. He goes,
magic words.
He goes, okay. And he gestured his hand like, you're out of here. The fans, the parents of my kids were screaming. They're hollering. They're going nuts. They're like, yeah, you go fight for us, Ray. And I asked the guy to throw me out, and he threw me out. And lo and behold, the kids came back and won.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Oh, yeah.
It worked.
Then they thought my assistant coach was the best coach in the world. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, they want to replace you then.
No, but I did. I intentionally got wrong in a game in Pawnee once. So I guess I was thrown out.
Yeah, and it happens. Now what's crazy is this year I'll go down. Well, hopefully football season pending. I have the Rochester SHG game this year, and so usually that's a good one.
Have you guys been told? Are you guys are officials gonna have to wear masks or anything? Have you guys been told any of that yet?
Yeah, we got an edict from the IHSA and their usual bureaucratic line of crap with masks, and then they're making you go to electronic whistles, handheld electronic whistles.
Yeah.
So that you keep the mask on. So,
my old roommate from Texas is an official, and he umped all the way up to, I think, indoor football or whatever. But I mean, I hadn't checked with him to see what their rules are. Of course, in Texas, there's probably no rules. They'll all be dead.
Oh, it's lawlessness.
They'll all be dead from COVID by the time the football season starts.
Right. But that's the Permian. We'll still have a football season.
Yes, they'll have the ghost will play no matter what. They will have high school football. So you're saying that the IHSA has told you that there will be high school football, but you guys will be wearing masks.
They have not officially said that there will be high school football, but they said in the event, as those decisions are made, that get your electronic whistle, get the mask, because you will be wearing those. And the players, it did not appear to be a requirement. So I thought it was interesting that you were talking about working out with it.
Yeah, I every day.
Earlier, but
every day I work out with a mask, and it's fine.
Yeah, and it's not fine. I mean, you're probably not wearing an N95 when you do so. But
the only time it's not fine is if I've been eating something garlicky or with a lot of onions. That's the only time that I sort of wish, oh my God, I wish it was
a gentle reminder with every inhale.
But
and
now,
I get it.
Now I know to bring the gum. You know, you got the wintergreen whatever, and if you put a little breath mint gum in, you're fine, because then that's what you're smelling.
Yeah. Good to go, man. Hey, and you're putting forth the effort, and that's the important thing, man. Rome wasn't built in a day, so stay with it, my brother.
All right, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, you guys keep entertaining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. It's a good call. I like that.
That was a great call.
Yeah.
Great call.
What are the odds? What was the odds of an official listening to this program? 815-414-2125. There are so many. For those of you, anybody new, if there's anybody new watching the show, it is a Morning Disaster. You can listen to the show on Facebook. You can watch it and listen to it. Or you can just listen to it at morningdisaster.net. You can, if you have an Android phone, you can download the app and put that on your phone, the Morning Disaster app. You might be watching this. Maybe you're watching this on YouTube later on in the day. We're making it so many different ways you can get the show. Trying to make it as many as possible. But I got to tell you, the one thing that's been making is the amount of podcasts. Our numbers for podcast downloads have gone up.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for listening. No matter how you're doing it, I thank you. And most of the Facebook Live videos, are in the thousands. At the end of the day, it's in the thousands. So the amount of people that are listening, watching, no matter how you're getting it, is increasing every day. And I thank you so much. I just want to say we really appreciate it. And we're just about to take it out and go after advertisers. So I really appreciate any of your support. All right. And then we also have the iPhone app, which is still a while away because the whole app developer iPhone thing is such a pain in the ass process, and that's what we're going through now. So the iPhone's still about a month away, but we'll hopefully have that app going as well. So there you go. And for those of you that have asked me about the T-shirts, if the T-shirts that Terry made a design for the T-shirts, the Rock Hard one, I want to get prices for Miles T-shirts is who I'm asking, to get me a price on what it would cost to actually make those. And if somebody is interested in the T-shirts, let me know. Our problem with those it seemed the only people that were interested in them were people that were like 4 and 5X. And
upcharge.
You got to remember, there's an upcharge for every X. Every added X is like another $20. So let me know if it's something you guys want. We'll at least look at it of getting those shirts, because I love the Are you rock hard? I love the Rock Hard shirt. All right, that's the one we're looking at. So just let me know. 815-414-2125 is the phone number if you want to call in. Okay, so Rocky, you were on the show. You've been on the show one day. I thought it was fun yesterday. After you figured out how it worked, I thought it was fun. We ended up going.
I was waiting for a password that entire time, just so everyone knows. Just wait for a password.
And by the way, this is how hard it was. I literally just copied and pasted and just sent him over the Facebook Messenger.
Right. I had no idea there was a second website involved. No mention of that.
But eventually it worked.
But yes, eventually I figured it out.
Yeah, Rocky eventually figured it out, everybody, and we were able to go live. And Doran, do you know you were the last one to leave? Rocky and I ended up going till it was after 10 o'clock.
Really?
And I had to pull the plug because my workout started at 10:30, and I'm like, shit, I got to end this. But literally, Rocky, was it just me? I literally felt like we could have gone another half an hour easily.
Oh, sure.
We were just bullshitting along, talking about Jimmy.
Probably could have
But
gone
we should
another
break that up and put it into days, and then instead of one big long.
We could have turned it into a Friday show. See, that would have been the Friday show.
But when I've been on the the reunion shows, there really wasn't a lot of time to really have long discussions and really get down there, or even talk about current things, because there were so many people waiting to talk, and so many people in the studio and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I those reunion shows on the radio are worthless, because they really are. Because number one, you can't say anything. So when you're telling Jim the photographer stories, it's going to be stuff that you're wanting to share, which will include.
How do you clean that one up?
Yeah, they'll include some R-rated situations and language, which you can't
That's
do
after
on the
cleanup.
radio.
It's R-rated.
Yes.
It's R-rated after you clean it up.
It's a softcore version.
And this is, and we're already going out of our way to leave out fingers and asses and all this other stuff that was involved in these Jim stories. We've already cleaned it up, and we're still R-rated, so you can't tell them on the regular radio. And the other thing is, you have to be so quick because of commercials and music and all the other shit. I hate doing those. I hate doing those things on the regular radio. So when we do this, is a chance to actually tell some real stories, and it's bypass, and we're past all the 50 people talking to you about trying to bring you up to speed of where they are now. Right. and no offense to any of those people, but who cares about what some of you are doing now? It's more, let's just get to the great stories of doing the show. And the whole thing is, when you do those reunion shows, you can't get to any good content because you feel the need to bring everybody up to speed.
Right.
And not that the people doing them love telling you. I think that's the least exciting part about the show, is bringing you up to speed with where everybody is now.
I'm working for an office downtown.
Yeah.
I fixed the copy machine yesterday.
Most people just want to get into the new material, and which unfortunately, that's what ends up getting cut from the show.
So that's why I wanted to make that Hump Ranger for the one reunion show, so there would be something that was kind of new but still throwback. But it was
that was
some people hadn't heard.
Genius.
Yeah, I love. And by the way, I should play that if we have it. I'm not sure where I have that at, but the best thing about the Hump Ranger.
Have to go in and dub like Jim's voice in to the whole thing, like old bits
from older episodes.
Yeah,
that was the best part of that, because when you sent that thing over to me,
I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, I told you. I think I told you. I said I won't listen to this until we play it on the show.
Because that's the way we used to do it.
Yeah. I just trusted you, and I knew you weren't. I'm like, I know he's not going to throw in anything, He better not throw in anything.
About Catholic priests?
Yes.
Like the one episode.
There's only a couple of Hump Rangers that I hacked. There was one that I do remember editing as it played, and I had to hit the delay.
Yes, that was the one.
And I'm like, oh my God. And then having a conversation with you that was like me going, why would you ever think that was acceptable to put into a Hump Ranger?
Well, the juxtaposition of the character, and then you had the hero switch halfway through, and
it was. So we had those moments like that, but this was, I didn't listen to it, and then so we're at the reunion, and I tell everybody, I go, let's play the Hump Ranger, and I play it, and it's the first time I had heard it. When Jim the photographer ends up in the episode, I nearly shit my pants. I couldn't believe, you know what I mean? It was so.
That was definitely not what I was going for.
No, it was so crazy.
I think the look on all of our faces,
yeah.
Oh my God, because Jim had been gone how many years already? And
I wish
I had
it's
just crazy.
Where is that? Damn it. Now I want to play that.
Incentive to tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, where did you send that to me?
That's a whole other story. When I had it on a flash drive, and you told me to go into a room. This is, I hadn't worked in this building in I don't know how many years.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. And you told me to go into a room and put the flash drive into a computer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Change it to the network. And I was just ready to do that. And here comes this engineer who had been there when I was there too.
Yeah.
What are you doing? All this nonsense.
I mean, what did he think you were gonna do?
Well, I've got this piece of audio that Ray wants me to put on the network so he can play it. No, you're not. Wow, I don't miss you at all, dude.
Probably thought you were trying to upload a virus or something.
Why? I mean, I can understand. Okay, I want to make sure nobody loads a virus, but why would he think that a guy working in St. Louis would come all the way up to guest on a reunion show and take time out of the day just to load a virus onto our network? It doesn't make any sense.
That's some good
So
espionage.
you took the thing, you took the flash drive and put it on, some kind of folder you had in the studio and played it off of that. So I don't know if you might have left it in that folder, but I mean, I have it.
Oh, Google Drive. That's where it would have been. Let me check my Google Drive.
So I can send that to you and you can play it later.
Yeah, I just want to check and see if I have it in my Google Drive. So if I have it in Google Drive, I can play it now. But I have cleared out my drive since then. But let me see if I'm sure that was called Hump Ranger. Something.
Yeah, either that or the Hump Ranger.
Because if I have it in my drive, I can play it.
Well, that would be cool.
But it was from a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, when we had the last reunion. Which was the better one? I think the one before that, where the monkey was in the studio and all these strippers that nobody knew.
Well, that was when Sean Billett knew some guy. The guy had a monkey, and he's like, "Yeah, this guy's a buddy of mine." And I'm like, and I was half listening to him, and I go, "Whatever, just do it." And I wasn't.
Know better.
And next thing you know, the monkeys wind to molest people, and monkeys are horny.
Monkey in the studio, a bunch of strippers.
They're horny little
tiny
animals.
studio anyway.
And literally, and I didn't know any of the people.
Right.
Knew none
and
of
this
them.
was supposed to be everybody getting back together, throwing around the old stories, and
it was a horny monkey and
strippers.
And strippers is what it was. Yes, hello. You're on the Morning Disaster.
Good morning, Ray. This is Rob.
Hey, Rob. What's going on?
Well, today is my birthday.
Oh, really?
Happy
Yes,
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I am old,
Are you?
according to my children.
Are you? You're in your 40s, right?
Yeah, I'm 47 today.
Well, that's not that old.
It feels like it. Because I woke up and had the most comical moment ever when I got up at 5 this morning, and I lost my glasses, and I have no clue where they're at. So that's a senior moment already.
You have?
Oh my
Did
God.
you find them or?
No. I got my old pair on, so I got a nice headache for my birthday.
Congratulations.
Yes, it was awesome. I feel so old. Yay.
So
You
you're
know, I
gonna,
feel
you're
so
gonna
mature.
spend the day looking for your for your new glasses.
Well, my kids, usually what I want for my birthday and Father's Day and Christmas is just clean the house, make sure I don't have to do anything. That's all I care about, and which is pretty much every other day anyway. And they were like, "Oh yeah, happy birthday, I love you." And I was like, "Cool. You know what I want for my birthday? Like clean house." I said, "Yes, and find my glasses. They're in my room somewhere." So it'll be Simon Says all day today.
Have they helped?
They haven't found them yet.
Well, it makes you. Are they really looking?
Well, yeah, I would imagine. I mean, I hope they don't lie to me. They probably do. I know Eli, my son Eli. He'll start looking about 4:30 because that's when he'll climb out of bed. But because Eli will literally go to bed. I think I heard him at, I don't know, when I woke up at like 4:30 and just kind of was rolling around. I heard him. He was still playing Xbox. So,
unbelievable.
Yeah. So
times have changed.
So
when I was a kid, as soon as I got close to 16, my mom was like, "You're going to work."
You're going to work.
That's how I spent my summers.
Well, that's the thing too, is he has a job interview tomorrow at noon. So, and his sister, Kinsey, who my recent graduate, has a full-time job at County Market here in Jacksonville, and she's like, "You're getting a job at County Market, and you can just work with me." And he was, I don't think he was over delighted about that fact. But
if he's getting up at 4 in the afternoon, he's not going to be that delighted about getting a job.
No, I told him, I said, the first week or so, you're going to drag. You're going to hate it because, you're going to be tired and everything. Well, this sucks. I said, welcome to adulthood,
Yeah. You'll be doing this the rest of your life.
Yes, that's what I told him. The other day, I told him, I said, you do realize that I've had a job since I was 12. I worked down Lake of the Ozarks. I mean, I worked in bars and delivering food and doing running and stuff like that when I was 12. And I've worked every day, almost every day since. And it's just welcome to life. But I like paying for my own things. It's kind of a nice thing, you know. But no. So we'll see if we find my glasses, you know, and
please
we'll
let
just
us
continue
let
on to
us
the day.
let us know. Let us know when you find them.
I will. I will post a photo, but also just let you know there'll be some food porn later because when I left this morning, I put a nice big pork shoulder on my smoker that's going to smoke all day.
Dude, yeah, I've noticed on your Facebook you're putting a lot of food up lately.
No wonder I'm fat, man.
Yeah, I
There's
noticed.
no wonder.
You're making a lot of food. Good for you.
Well, but I will post photos for you later on, and you guys have a very good day, and I hope you make lots of money like I'm not going to today. Today is going to be one of them let's give back to the community days. So,
Well, happy birthday, Rob.
All right, buddy. You guys have a good day. Be safe.
There you go, Rob, with DTE Technologies, one of our fine sponsors of the show, 408-0001, DTE Technologies. Rob can become your IT director for your business, and if you want, he'll smoke some meat. He could put a big roast on and or smoke a pig or whatever as well. I wonder if he'll do that. 408-0001. I'll say, Rob, I got a new client for you, but you're gonna have to smoke a pig twice a year. That's how it works. DTE Technologies.
Networking and a pulled pork sandwich, I'm in.
Right? If you're going to take care of my network and occasionally smoke a pig, who wouldn't want that? By the way, I can't find the Hump Ranger. So, Rocky, you will have to send that to me because I'd love to play it again, and I can't find it. Although they did give me a copy of the guys at QLZ. I don't think they ever made it available for anybody to listen to, but they did give me a copy of the podcast of the whole reunion show. So I have it somewhere. By the way, Chris Stice in our chat room is saying, is it me or does Rocky sound like a happier Sean?
Wow.
What?
Hell?
No, not at all.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could call my brother-in-law in Texas who has COVID, and he would sound like a happier version of Sean. Sean Bellit's the most miserable. He's the most.
Sean has the news voice.
He's the most miserable person you ever talked
The
to.
game show host voice.
Well, a game show host. He sounds like a game show host whose wife just committed suicide, or you know what, lover or whatever.
If Eeyore hosted The Price is Right.
Yes, he sounds. If Eeyore had Bob Barker's job, that's Sean Bellin.
That would be Sean.
You get to play Pink Plinko.
Nobody is more doom and gloom than Shawnee Downer, who is always miserable. So, Rocky, I guess that's a compliment for you.
After saying he sounds miserable, yeah, I guess. Or wait, I sound like a happy version.
You sound like a happy version. Yeah. Because they're so used to somebody being, upset. Doran, you ate.
I've never been accused of being a happier version of anything. So wow, that says something about Sean's disposition.
And Doran, you ate your peanut butter toast off camera? Is that what's going on?
Yes. And Kathy was accusing me of not sharing my trip to the bathroom again.
Because you haven't done that before.
No, so I just tilted the laptop, so I didn't want to chew in front of everyone. I didn't want to eat in front of everyone. Besides that, I had to mute myself because my jaw pops. So
you'll pee for people, but you won't eat for people.
True.
All right.
Have you ever, and Nick, I'll ask this of you as well. Have you ever muted yourself because you were going to pass gas?
No.
Doran?
No.
All right.
Ray?
No, I just pass it. It's never been loud enough. It's never been loud enough.
You have a muffler in your seat.
For it to go. However, there was one time I was doing a show. I wonder if I have that. There's one time I was doing a show, and Sean Balint was on doing news. And it was when I was doing, it was after I got fired from one of these jobs. And so I went to the internet and was broadcasting. And Sean was broadcasting from his house, and he was doing the news. And he had hardwood floors.
Okay.
And he decides to let one rip. And it was
Good old Sean.
And it was the loudest, most embarrassing. And it was, by the way, it was not a sound effect. All right. It was not a sound effect. It was an actual Sean Balint destroying his pants.
Oh my God.
While we were broadcasting. I've got to play it for you guys. You'll be I can't you'll be impressed.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna find it. I know I've got that on one of these servers in my in this studio.
Been checked for anything. If anybody needs a scope, it's Sean. Oh my God.
I'm telling
Anybody needs to go to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's Sean. They have farting contests up there.
They have what?
They have farting contests. My mother is from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, so we would go back there every once in a while. And in the Upper Peninsula, they have this thing. It's all about farting. They'll fart in restaurants, and then people will give them a look like, good, like good job, whatever. They have CDs with farting contests on them. They have farting contests. They've got a band called the Youpers, which a Youper is somebody from the Upper Peninsula. They're called Youpers, or Upper. And I think this band had a big song that went around called the 5,000 Buck Deer or something.
30-point buck.
Yeah, something. But all the rest of their songs are about farting.
Every song they do is about farting.
Just about, yeah.
Oh my God. You guys have got to hear
it's
this.
An Upper Peninsula, Michigan thing.
The Sean Balint.
I was there in a restaurant, saw somebody do that, and the three guys that were with him just kind of nodded. But it was loud enough for for people to hear in another part of the restaurant.
Like you're
saying. What were the other customers' reactions?
Just kind of a nod, just kind of like,
good.
Like I think it's some kind of Asian culture that belches after a meal to show it was a good meal. I guess
I've heard that in some cultures they take a belch as a compliment to the chef.
Right.
That was a good one there.
So you're saying that in the Upper Peninsula, they were a guy farts really loud and they were wanting to like slap him high fives.
Yeah, well, like more like a, just a refined kind of nice.
Like that's a
good job passing gas there, eh?
That's a good one, eh?
Wonder how they'd react if he actually shat himself.
Oh Lord.
The Sean
Balint. They have that accent.
The Sean Balint fart. It sounds. I can't even.
I gave you all that time, and you still haven't found the file.
Dude, I'm still looking for it.
What do you think that was?
Well, where would you label, or how would you label that to find it?
Sean Rich ass.
Sean fart.
I'm telling you, I'm looking for it. I can't. I don't know what I would label it as, but I know I have.
Fetish folder.
I don't have a fetish folder.
Ass sound.
Best of Sean.
It's just Sean breaking wind.
But I had to pick something that there's like 150 like words for,
I can't even describe. I can't even describe what it sounds like. It's just loud, and it comes out of nowhere.
Disturbing.
Oh, I've got to find it, you guys. Oh my God. I'm not going to find it, and it's going to drive me crazy.
You're going to have to take lessons in show prep.
Shit. You're right. You're right. Yeah, Jamie's going to say that I'm a hot mess or whatever. Shit. I don't know where I did it.
Maybe it's under the shit file. Look at that. He said he completely broke his ass.
I put it under.
That would be a subfolder under the shit file.
Maybe let me check under S for Sean Balint broken ass.
There you go. Look underneath that.
Yeah, I don't know where. I have no idea where.
Something tells me if you look up Sean Bullet, 3,000 files are gonna.
Yeah, I got a ton of Sean Boleyn stuff. But I could check Sean, but I don't know where it would.
I want to hear this music from the Yuppers. Is that the band that makes the fart?
Yeah, the Youpers.
Youpers.
The Youpers.
Duh Youpers. Oh, you have to say it with the accent.
So they do a bunch of
okay.
They do a bunch of songs about farting.
Farting, yes. And they had a popular song that was popular on morning shows about Jason said £3 buck or something.
30-point buck.
30-point buck.
30-point buck, yeah. They have that about a deer, but all their other songs are not about deer.
I like how you guys know the name of the song that they had, you know.
Yeah, how do you guys know that?
It was popular.
It played forever on like early 90s morning Zoo Crew shows.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing.
You'd find it on like Bob and Tom.
Oh. Well, Bob and
yeah,
Tom.
That's perfect. Bob and Tom.
Bob and Tom were busy stealing stuff that Lamb and I were doing, so I was busy making my own. I didn't have time.
Well, they stole from the Youpers too, apparently.
Yeah, they did. The Youpers.
I can't tell you how. Whenever we go back to St. Louis, I always feel bad for Lamb because he's the one who wrote the Lynyrd Skynyrd song, and Bob and Tom had taken the song, and the guys from a St. Louis radio station used it like it was theirs, and so he'd go back home to St. Louis and he'd hear them taking credit for it, or the guys on KSHE would be playing it, and they would never acknowledge who wrote it. And I know it drove him crazy.
Oh,
they did a few things like that. They had a Monday "Life Sucks Then You Die" song. Yeah. That they would play every Monday, and everybody wanted to know who that was and where can we find it. And they would, because the version they played was all bleeped. It had like 4 or 5 bleeps in it. So people wanted the uncensored ones, like, who does that? Where can we find it? And it was like the biggest secret. They wouldn't tell anybody. It was on this like mystery cart, but it was, supposedly their thing.
They never said that they didn't write the Skynyrd song. I mean, that was.
Well, they never gave credit where credit was due.
Yeah.
Ever.
And that's all we wanted. Me not so much, but I think John Lamb, he was from there. He would have liked. He would have liked if they would have said, "Hey, this is a guy named Ray Lytle and John Lamb who did this." I mean, I think he would have liked it. And I think
they're probably afraid they were going to lose listeners.
No, but
you guys.
No, we were in Peoria at the time. You couldn't hear us. But I think that he was just upset because he would have liked people that he went to high school with or whatever to hear it. That's what I'm thinking. I can't find that damn Sean Boleyn. I should have never brought it up. I should have never brought the damn thing up. I'm sorry.
Well, that's how you get people to tune back in. Everything we're talking about, you hear the following day, and then we talk about some more stuff that you'll hear the following day, the audio for.
So you're saying it's on-air show prepping. So tomorrow you will hear the Hump Ranger episode.
Yes. And Sean Boleyn on the hardwood floor.
And you'll hear Sean on the hardwood floor letting her rip. Yeah, you guys, you'll hear that tomorrow, everybody.
Assuming Ray finds it tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just call Sean and have him repeat the
re-record it.
Dude, I can't even fake it. It's so particular and it's so loud. I've never heard anything like it.
It's like trying to recapture Woodstock.
It is. I can't even express how loud this was. And I would think, I mean, I don't see any way I would lose that, Of course, I also don't know what I would have used it for also, but I hung on to it because it was just this Sean breaking wind. It's so loud. So I
could have always saved it for an intro for him for the news.
Well, here's the thing: is I know I saved it, but I don't remember what I saved it under. I don't remember what the hell I saved. Like what you named it? You know, what would you name a Sean Bullitt flatulence?
Maybe.
You would probably name it like Audio 10 or something.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have given it some stupid name that I could never find again. The simple thing would have been me to put Sean Bullitt flatulence.
Or Sean rips ass.
Yeah, but that's not what I would have done. I would have tried to label it somehow to where I couldn't find the damn thing. That's exactly what I did.
Time or something.
I'm so stupid. Yeah, but I promise I'll look for it this evening. And Brent, I see Brent says, "Why do we listen to this unorganized ridiculous? There is no way Ray finds either of those two files before tomorrow's show." No, I'm telling you, because Rocky has the Hump Ranger.
Yeah, I have the Hump Ranger one.
He can send that to me. He could send that to me, and I guarantee we'll play that one. I'll have to actually go through some folders and try to find the Sean.
I have a folder called Radio, a subfolder called Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster, and then the file is called Hump Ranger Reunion.
See, this is why.
That's how you organize things, Ray.
Can I point out that Rocky was the producer? That was organizing was his top job.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm a shitty organizer, which is why I had a producer.
Oh, right.
I just want to point that out.
Thank God for Rocky.
Yeah. Because it's not I am the least organized person you'll ever meet. However, the stuff I'll find while looking, I guarantee you, the stuff I'll find while looking for the Sean fart will probably all be something good.
Well, awesome.
So something
Stuff
good
to look forward to.
Something good will come forward. But Brent, smart ass Brent in the chat room, let me just say that at the very least I will have the Hump Ranger file tomorrow because Rocky will make sure of it.
So I know TJ's been working on some stuff that's got a retro feel to it too.
Oh,
yeah,
except TJ sends the songs. Here, I'll give you. I love TJ. Don't get me wrong.
Uh-oh.
But he'll send stuff over, and it's stuff that I'll play something for. Here, Rocky, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Okay. Here's
Keep in mind, I don't like anything. I don't think anything is funny, and I don't really laugh.
This is sourpuss.
And this is no offense to TJ, but this is something he sent to me. He sent this to me over the weekend.
Nurse.
A hot summer's night, I want some ass. But my baby ain't moving that fast. I need you to give me some head. Give me rock hard and take me to bed. Pussy doctor, give me the news. She went and made my balls big and blue. She won't even try to screw. And now my balls are big and blue.
I mean, I just want to. My screen's not frozen. In case there was any confusion.
That's usually a problem for Dorn.
I'm saying
there's something about going to the doctor with blue balls, but you have to set it up better than that. You have to be less literal and funnier earlier.
Yeah, and I love TJ, and I think TJ's a talented guy. That song didn't do anything for me.
I was thinking more of the public service announcement that he recently sent you, because he sent it to me too.
That also wasn't that good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I
they
can
were
play
free,
it.
weren't they?
I could play it if you like it. Yeah, it just misses.
This public service announcement is brought to you in part by Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster.
Hello, everyone. By the way, that part was good. I thought his just
One
announcing
thing
it.
about the song was the vocals were nice and loud.
Yeah.
And you could understand them.
Yeah, it was
which is always important in a comedy song. People want to act like rock stars and bury their vocals with. It's like, no, it's a comedy song. You have to be able to understand every
Yes,
word.
I,
So
I will agree
that
with
was
you.
accomplished.
I'll agree with you on that 100%. His singing was fantastic. We've gotten some songs with some horrible singing.
Yeah, I know. You keep bringing that to my attention.
Some of the songs that have been turned into us. Here's this song, Rocky. Listen to this.
Plug in the 220, Mr. Hitachi. Plug in the 220, Mr. Hitachi.
So that one you kind of got to play
Plug in the
more at the beginning to
220,
set up a little
Mr.
bit.
Hitachi. Plug in the 220, Mr. Hitachi.
And there was that one.
It sounds like somebody driving with the windows down. They're trying to sing along, but they don't want to annoy other drivers.
Yeah.
It's got.
Yeah.
And,
like that.
And I did explain that. There were people in the other room at the time it was being recorded.
Oh, was that you? I meant it was.
Yeah, that
awesome.
was me.
I thought that was PJ again.
Yeah, oh yeah. You fall back now.
and the intros. Here's another
That was the
song.
first one I sent in.
Here's another Jason song. All right. The intros are too long.
No, this is incredible.
Yeah, and then he took. I
took audio from you from
I
the
thought this
show
was
and
creative.
put it in there.
I thought it was creative. You took
Very
the
good. I thought
audio
it was very
from the show and tried to put it. I thought this was creative, Jason. This was actually
Very.
pretty good. It's good until you start singing. I don't know. I don't mean that the way it sounds.
Snacks for me, save your snacks for me, save your snacks for me.
I mean, because that was Rocky. He took that from we were talking about it, and I, off the top of my head, I just did that, and he synced it to the music, and actually, I thought that was pretty impressive.
Save your snacks for me, save your snacks for me, save your snacks for me.
And all that stemmed from a discussion about sharing razors and a comment that TJ made in the chat.
And then here's where Jason does an original version.
If you're ready, I'm willing and able. I will lay some supplies out on the table.
We're having some camera freezing again.
Some soap, some lotion,
I see
and
it.
a razor. I want it shaved right. Baby, make it smooth and
I don't really
bad.
hear what he's saying.
Damn it, girl, that bush is so hairy. No razor's been there since 1983. I don't want to taste no hair tonight, baby. Oh, whoa. So if you want me to use my tongue on you, shave your snatch for me. Shave your snatch for me.
Oh, I thought it was saying save your snacks for me.
No, shave.
I thought it was saying snacks, like
No.
Doritos. That's what I'm saying. That was harder to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You should play the most recent one, Ray, if you're going to play them all.
Yeah, and here's another recent one that you have to go through the whole intro.
Yeah, but the intro gave you time to set it up.
Another one that Jason did.
As a 47-year-old, you can tell a 47-year-old picked, someone older picked these songs. Yes. The caller was 47, right?
Yeah.
Not Jason?
Say, I'm 41.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that was Rob. Rob was turning 47.
Because I know all these songs.
Yeah. Well, this came up in conversation. I was talking about Nikki being an over lover. And so we had said, she's an over lover. And I will give
play
Jason
Monopoly
credit.
with her.
Jason.
And Ray didn't think I could make a song out of it.
Yeah, and I
did.
said, I bet Jason couldn't make a song out of this. And lo and behold, I showed up the next
That old
day.
trick. Still using that one, huh?
Over lover, she'll love you so quick you won't believe it. She wants no other. Before you know it, she'll be on one knee. Nikki's a Nova lover. She'll give her heart before you feel it. After a few months, you're gonna tell her to go kick some rock. She's the kind of girl you run from, especially if you're a young one. You better forget it. She'll never get it. She needs a man that's more mature, one that can handle her. Don't ever forget it.
Wow, some things never change.
Oh, you'll regret it. No, you'll never change her, so leave her. Get out quick, 'cause she...
I actually like this one, Jason. The more I listen to it, the more I like this one. Yeah.
Well, your wife liked it too, because you said that she complimented it.
Yeah, and you're right. Even my wife said that you didn't sing as bad on this one. She goes, he didn't sing as bad on that one as he sang on the
Needs
other
to
one.
sing louder.
Yeah.
Sing out, Louise.
And
I'll turn up the volume a little
I
more
like
on the
if you
mic
guys,
then.
if for those of you guys listening, if you listen to what Rocky said, when he said the most important thing when you're doing a parody song, the most important thing isn't how good you sing. The most important thing isn't how much you sound like the original artist. The most important thing is clarification of your vocals so we get the joke.
Exactly.
And a lot of
Has to
people
be
don't
clear.
understand it.
Right.
And you listen to somebody like Weird Al Yankovic, he's really aware of that. He finds a way to somewhat sound like the artist as well, but the joke is the most important thing.
He's loud. He's clear. So that's
Brent
very
says
important.
Jason.
Well, he's been at it much longer than me too.
Brent says Jason singing along with these are the best part of
I
this.
was not
Are
singing
you
along.
singing along, Jason?
I was not.
Yes, believing that she wants you to stay. You'll always know he's an over lover. She'll give her heart before you feel it. She wants no other.
Like I try to sing along with this, and I try to sing in like the original chord, and you just can't.
Oh yeah, like Philip Bailey.
Yeah, you can't.
Sure, go right ahead.
I'm just saying you just can't because I'm just saying that Jason's not in the right
range.
Yes.
But yeah, you don't have to be able to sing. I think I proved that years ago. Mine were trying to do Def Leppard and Alanis Morissette. Yikes.
We did back in the disaster days, we did there was a Michael Jackson song that we did.
The one where his nose falls off.
Yeah. Has anybody seen my nose? And I don't remember, but we didn't. I'm saying, weren't we using like
we used a thing that Greg Manfoy, my
Yes.
favorite engineer.
Yeah.
Seriously, my favorite engineer, not the other guy I was talking about.
Right.
Came up with a box that was a vocal eliminator. It switched the phrasing and eliminated vocals. So we would record the actual song. If it was like a song like that from the 70s, it would work. It wouldn't work on like newer songs. But we would take the vocals out and then you would put them on. But then if we did that, we could never put those on best of CDs.
Yeah, because we couldn't use the
copyright
actual
music.
you
Copyright and
couldn't
everything like
use
that,
the original track. Oh wait, that's not it. Let's see where it is. I think this might have been the Michael Jackson song.
Yeah, that's it.
Once again, it's labeled by me, so who knows?
This is when he went to court and he had all that plastic surgery. And when he was on the stand, I guess his nose started to fall off, or his nose was gone.
I
or
remember that.
something.
Yeah, the nose fell off.
So yeah, that's the backstory.
Has anybody seen my nose? Losing it makes it hard to blow. Has anyone Seen my nose. Seen my nose.
One funny line in this whole song.
It's so ridiculous. Who is
The
that?
line
Me?
that I have. I made myself have it.
Is that me singing that, or is that you? Who is? Who
That
is
is definitely you. I don't sing like that at all. I don't sing.
That's man, I'm trying major falsetto there. That's
Right.
really loud.
I think it sounds great.
Oh, it would have
A
been.
little harmonizing in there.
I would have recorded it. It would have been recorded like 5:30 in the morning. There's
Right.
no way that.
You see, Rocky, now Dorn's video is frozen. So you can see what that's like now.
Yeah.
Damn it! Or it was. Okay, it's back now.
Last time I checked, it was on my face. I'm afraid that it's been misplaced. Has anyone seen my nose? Seen my nose.
One funny line, see if you can spot it.
I've had so much plastic surgery to try to look like a freak. I think I have succeeded. My nose is missing. I better find it fast. What was the last place I had it? It might be up Jesse Jackson's ass.
Oh, God.
I don't get that.
I had forgotten.
When does he ever?
Oh God! And by the way, the way we would do these songs, I would come in, and Rocky would hand me a lyric sheet and say, "I need you to come in here and record this." So we would really do it before the show started. And
Or sometimes during a commercial break.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like run in, run out.
and there was no second take. It was, and then you would put all the effects on and make it happen. That's fun. I think there's several good lines in that song, by the way.
To say, and now today it would be much easier to do it with all the digital technology there is now for recording.
Well, we didn't have any autocorrect or anything. We didn't have any auto tune back then. I mean,
No, like I said, the thing that eliminated the vocals was literally a plastic box with wires and things that the engineer made. You could go buy something like that now at, wherever. Amazon, Best Buy,
Well, you can
whatever.
Hell, you can go on YouTube and just get the instrumental version of the song without the lyrics.
Oh, that's true.
you could literally just download an add-on to your whatever program you're using, whether it's Adobe Cool Edit or whatever, and it could take care of that stuff.
I've got people suing me, Lisa Marie's telling all.
What?
My best friend's a llama, and I've got spots on my balls. But this takes the cake. Where's my nose? Where's my nose?
Here it comes.
My nose helps me to live and breathe. My nose allows me to sniff little boys' breathes.
Oh, God.
Allegedly.
And this would have been like 96, 97.
Yeah, this would have been when it was first going on.
Oh, my God.
That's what he was in court for.
Oh,
Say Terry in the chat says it sounds like Mr. Hanky.
yeah, it does. It does sound Mr. Hanky-ish. Oh, my God.
Has anyone seen my nose? Seen my nose. I lost my nose in a video last night. Won't you please help me find it? Was it black or was it white? It was white, baby. I should have never have screwed with it. It caused me harm. What's next? Oh no, there goes my arm.
Oh, my God. Those are the memories. Stuff like that. You're right. Running and doing that during a commercial and put it all together. It was amazing how we pulled that show off. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah. So we need to come up with more songs. More songs means Terry will design a new T-shirt. It means we will have something that I can play clips of to make fun of. No offense, Jason.
Usually at my expense.
Yeah, I can make fun of it. And the songs are usually about poor Nikki.
Usually about what?
Two of them have been about Nikki so far
usually
because
about
of stuff she shared.
poor Nikki
like
is,
the Hitachi wand with Mr. Hitachi and
Even the
whole over lover.
Even the Pussy Doctor song was from when Marvin was on the show.
Oh wow!
When Marvin was doing this with Nikki and I in 2015, Nikki was on the air and she goes, "Listen, I won't be on tomorrow's show." And I said, "Why not?" She goes, "I've got to go to the doctor." And Marvin,
Is it the Pussy Doctor?
And Marvin said, "Is it the Pussy Doctor?" And that's what started the whole Pussy Doctor joke. Every time Nikki says she has to go to the doctor, people always wonder if it's the Pussy Doctor. That's why he did the song. So, and that's also proof that I just don't play everything that's sent to me. Because I didn't play. Although I guess I did. Eventually I did play.
Well, you did.
Yeah, I did get around to playing Pussy Doctor, so maybe I do. Now that I think about it. Oh my God. I have phrases that will accidentally trigger Alexa, Siri, and the Google Assistant. Yeah, Brent's right. Marv would also say that Nikki's cummer was broken. We did this the other day when we were talking about how to listen to the show. I said, you can also say, Alexa, play Morning Disaster Network. And Nick had said something also at the same time, and it triggered somebody's Alexa. It triggered Pete's. I think it was Pete. It triggered his Alexa. And but here's a list of.
Well, no, the best part of that was when Nick was trying to make a joke and trying to get somebody's Alexa to trigger something and accidentally triggered the one on his kid's tablet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it actually did it.
Researchers set up devices next to TVs and played hundreds of hours of different shows to find words that would trigger the Alexa. They haven't released the full list yet, but here's some examples. Alexa can be triggered by the words unacceptable, election, and a letter.
Well, everybody's triggered by the word election, to be fair.
Google Home can be triggered by okay, cool, and okay, who's reading. Because the way you trigger it is just go, okay, Google, right? And that's what triggers it. Either okay, Google or hey, Google or whatever. And Siri can be triggered by the words a city or hey, Jerry.
Good thing I got my headphones on right now because you would have just triggered my AirPod, my HomePod.
Really? And Microsoft Cortana gets confused by the word Montana.
We used to run a sweeper that said, because we were all about, making sure that people knew how to use Alexa and all that. And we had a sweeper that was just like, hey, Alexa, turn up, and then the name of the radio station. And we had like complaint calls because people would come home and their radio would be blaring. And so it would like trigger the radio when it wouldn't even, there was no one in the house. Or they'd be sitting there listening to it and then suddenly the volume would increase.
So Alexa, increase volume on Morning Disaster Network. It makes it louder?
Just saying turn it up.
Oh, turn it up.
Hey Alexa, turn up Morning Disaster Network. It would get louder.
That's crazy. I see Sean Valenta's in the chat room. Hey, Shawnee.
He's in the chat, but not in the audio.
Yeah, I think it says he was in the audio and I missed him. Sean, were you in the audio? Get back in if you were in. Because
Leave it to Sean to be.
He was getting
joining us as the show's supposed to end.
As Nick, yeah, as Nick and Doran were sneaking out. I think it's when he came in and I missed him. By the way, is Reese's making a green peanut butter cup for Halloween? Would you eat a green peanut butter cup?
I mean, if it's just food coloring, Wouldn't that be better for St. Patrick's Day than Halloween, though?
I would think. Would you eat it?
Probably at least try it.
Would you force yourself to try that Reese's peanut butter cup, Jason? Would you force yourself to try it?
Yeah,
Why
I
wouldn't
probably
you eat a
would.
green one?
What?
Why wouldn't you eat a green one?
Of course you would.
I didn't say I wouldn't.
I think.
Why is that a question?
He'd eat
If
more
you-
than one.
Would you eat a green one? I mean, considering the original color is brown,
Yeah.
if you'll eat that, you'll eat a green one.
There is a rumor that it's going to be a green one, Jason.
Yeah, I just don't know why they're doing it for Halloween, though. I mean, St. Patrick's Day would be a better marketing
They're doing it for sales.
plot for it, but
Ladies and gentlemen, America's sweetheart, Sean Billett.
Hello, chicks, and hello, Central Illinois and beyond.
Hey, Sean, I was
Zoom's Sean Billett now because he was radio Sean Billett. Is this Facebook's Sean Billett?
No, Sean.
I'm not even Zoom.
Sean cannot
I'm lower
figure
than
out
that.
the
I'm
Zoom.
Skype Sean Billett.
He cannot figure out the Zoom, so I don't allow him to use it.
Well, my room's dirty too.
So he's not allowed on Zoom. I was telling the story earlier, Sean, about I was doing an internet show after one of these times I was fired. So I always go back. I always get it's a cycle. I always go back on the radio.
It's old.
I go back on the radio. I get fired, and then after getting fired, I go back on the internet. I start to gain success with my internet shows, and then
you get rehired.
And then right before the internet shows,
right
before the
And,
internet shows
and I
get
think
big, I
it's
get
time for you to
rehired.
thank radio because the fact that they'll never hire anybody again, really, they're helping break the cycle.
I think this cycle is broken. I don't see me.
Yes,
doing it.
I think radio.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you get hired, then they want to change everything that made you successful when you were doing your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not successful because they've made all these changes, then you get fired again.
Yeah.
That's part of the cycle too.
And then it really is. They go, well, just the station that I was currently working with. They said he was successful before. Oh yeah, he did the Morning Disaster, and it made a shitload of money. It had a ton of listeners. And they go, oh, well, we don't want you to do any of that. By the way, this is a real conversation. They say, we don't want you to do anything like that.
we don't want mobile unit bits with people streaking down the road.
And I understand the general consensus of we don't want any FCC fines broken. I understand that. But this last time when I was there, they were like, they said, you know what we're looking for is original, and I'll go ahead and reveal this because I'm not going to go back to work. We want original internet entertainment. That's what that was a big push. We want you to come up with some original internet entertainment that people will actually listen to. And at one point I suggested, well, you know, there's nothing like doing a show. Maybe I do a show with, put some video, have some guests up or whatever. I said, no, we don't want that. We don't want you to do anything like that. So I just want to point out that now every single morning, that's what I'm doing. Which is exactly what they said.
Oh, the irony.
What they said that they wanted. So there you go. There's the brilliance of radio. Sean, did you notice that Rocky's on with us?
I did.
I was
the rock man in the house.
I was telling the
I was
story.
like, wow, Rocky's in there.
I was telling the story of a few years ago when I was doing this internet show and you were providing news. And during the news, you decided you had to break wind. And you just decided, I know I'm doing the newscast, but I'll just let it fly.
It's got a mind of its own sometimes.
And it was the loudest. It was the loudest, most offensive gas I'd ever heard any individual.
Well, I didn't realize just leaving my backside could break the sound barrier, but apparently it happened. It must have been moving pretty fast.
I didn't realize you were flying. I didn't realize you were flying a DC-10, while talking to you.
Yeah, it was another low moment in a life filled with low moments.
Well, bad news for you is I've been looking for all morning. I've been looking for the audio of it, and I can't seem to find it. So you might luck out.
He needs you to re-record it, Sean.
Yeah. No.
It certainly was a proud moment.
We might not be able to find the Sean Balint. I don't even know. What would I have labeled that?
That's a good.
And that's it.
Breaking wind.
I don't know. I tried.
Breaking wind during breaking curfew. I'm not sure.
Was it during breaking curfew?
I'm not sure. It might have been.
Wait, maybe I look in the breaking curfew folder.
How can you not remember a specific fart? I mean, come on.
Well, it's because I
There have been so many failures over the years. It's hard to keep track of it all.
Well, I label everything so wrong. It's like Rocky said, if I had a consistent labeling, I could fire
control anything anymore.
I could find something, but I label things differently, and that's why I can't find it. So
with the Hump Ranger one, do you want the censored or uncensored?
Oh, send the uncensored. Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter here.
Yeah, I can play the uncensored. Tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow's show, I'll play the Hump Ranger that we did for the reunion show, which, by the way, I've already revealed, but it includes Jim the photographer in the episode. So technically, it's the last thing that Jimmy ever did. And it
From
was
Beyond the Grave.
It was when we were recording old episodes. Rocky saved the audio, and that's how we got it. So you guys got a chance to, and Jim's a pretty big part of it.
Was it him as Spider Jones, or was it a different character?
Of course, it's Spider Jones. I mean,
He really was a masterful actor.
Spider Jones is of all the roles Jimmy played, Spider Jones is the best one.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
I know, Rocky, for you, it had to be inspiring. I mean, you're sitting there writing the script, you don't want to do it for a second-rate actor. And when you have a guy who could have won Tonys, could have won Oscars and Emmys, but instead he chose radio. What a convergence of events, a perfect storm to have your scripts and master actor James T. Photographer. Oh.
On tomorrow's show.
How did he knock it on behind him? How did he knock it on Inside the Actor's Studio?
On
I remember
tomorrow's
having
show.
to edit out weird pauses in the middle of sentences that didn't even, it's like people don't even talk like that. What do you?
That was Jimmy. Oh, I love it.
It's James Lipton. Today I'm talking to Jim, the photographer.
See,
Tell us,
Sean,
why did you leave
why didn't you come up with this bit back when we were doing the show? That's actually funny.
Because
it would have been funny having James Lipton interviewing Jim the photographer about recording. That would have been funny. Why the hell
What
did
was your favorite swear word?
Yeah, where the hell was this 20 years ago?
Well, Ray, I'm like a defense attorney, who comes up with the argument that will save my client about 2 minutes after he's electrocuted. That's how I roll.
I mean, that's actually
coming up in 2 years. I'll have the cure for coronavirus.
That's actually pretty funny.
After it's marketed by Pfizer.
And I just looked at the time. We should probably end on that, as it is almost 10 o'clock again. I'm not sticking so much with. We've been going over the last couple of days. Shawnee, it is. I'm so glad that you joined us today.
Hey, oh man, always good to be in the house of Rocky again.
Yeah, it's fun. And I promise tomorrow we'll play the Jim the Photographer Hump Ranger episode from the reunion show of 2000, whenever that was. 18?
It was so 2000 late.
2018 is what the file says.
2018, the Hump Ranger that we did for the reunion show. I promise we'll play that. I'm going to look for the Sean Balint fart audio. If I can find it.
Yeah.
I know I saved it.
The shot heard around the world.
I know.
Literally.
I know I saved it. So hopefully we'll have that to play. The show is brought to you by
Bobby Thompson.
Our friends at Recon Text. Proof is in the performance. Recon Text, the corner of 9th and Black. Recon Text right now if you get a detail of your car, you will get a free steam cleaning and free disinfectant as well at Recontext 670-1132. Call Recontext and get yourself scheduled for a detail. And Core Insulation Furniture and Supply, whether you need new furniture, maybe you're listening from an uncomfortable chair and you want a new one, call Core Insulation and let them get you, let Corey get you a new chair. Let her also provide for you right now during this pandemic. She's got masks, sanitizer, and gloves at 741-1079. It's Core Installation, Furniture and Supply. That's going to wrap up the show of today, everybody. I want to thank you so much for listening and invite you to come back tomorrow for another edition of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. So long. Later, guys.
See ya.
You better wake up, sleepyhead, and get your fat butt out of bed. There's a man who got up at 4 a.m. just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. Sean Bull and Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's Morning Disaster. All right, we will see you guys later. Tomorrow at 8 a.m., another edition of Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster will come your way. If you're listening to the audio feed, you will hear the replay of the show starting literally in seconds. If you're watching us on Facebook, then to you, we say stick around. A replay will start in just a moment. And if you're watching on YouTube, well, thank you for watching. Very kind of you. Or listening on podcast, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.